You clearly have figured out a few things about promoting the band and your material and all of that. Like you're getting, thousands of plays, sometimes tens of thousands of plays on, for a song on Spotify or at least, catalog wide. But how do you go about promoting your music other than, playing gigs or perhaps in addition to playing gigs?
Yeah, it's a really good question. And, candidly, I don't think we have figured it out. I don't know if any band has. I guess there probably are others that have figured out much more than we are. I mean, we're doing the best we can. It's
What are some of the things that you do? Just like it, because it's clear you do it better than many other bands. Let me put it that way. Whether you feel you figured it out or not is immaterial to this conversation. I think you figured it out, and I want to know what you do.
Yeah. Well, I guess we spend some time on social media, right? So and we go through phases where we're focused on something and trying to make it better, and then we'll turn our attention somewhere else. I wish we could do it all at once, but like many bands, we're mostly DIY. We have a little bit
Sure.
of help. So we spent some time for a number of years trying to grow our social media presence, Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and that's definitely helped get us a base of people that we can connect with that aren't just local. We've spent a lot of time early in our performing years, like literally hanging up posters and trying to create brand recognition in Southern New Hampshire, and I think we've done a decent job of that. To the point where we were able to build up some connections so that we can sneak into, some of these opening slots and have built up a little bit of a resume for ourselves. So that, and now, of course, things like Spotify and some of the other streaming services are important. We've hired people to help us in some cases, so we part of what we do is take the money from that we earn in the business and invest it back into our business. And so, if we can find people that know promotion better than we can, we'll hire them to help us with that. So we recently did a campaign. I guess it was sort of an online PR campaign. We've done a little bit of radio work where we'll hire someone to help us find radio stations that would be interested in playing us. So, we put some money back into it. We hire people in cases, we're not talking big national things, but people locally or regionally that can help us build our relationships and get in front of more people. And so it's, nothing complicated, but we just do the best we can at those things.
No,
Yeah, you have to do a lot of
Carlo.
it too. You
Sorry.
know what I mean? You have to do a lot of it. There's so many touch points out there for people to access music or to access artists that they want to follow. And I think we do try to hit all of the major, areas, whether it is on social media or the streaming platforms, to make sure that we're accessible. Because you really don't know, like Eric said, what the magic is. Like, where's the, it's not all in one spot, right? You gotta try to blanket as much as you can, and somehow pay attention to all those channels too, because there's interaction that happens, and that gets to be that's the DIY, part of it, where you're trying not to miss stuff, that's coming in, but it's definitely, hitting as many avenues of the popular avenues, as possible, and trying to stay on top of them.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. And they, in the business world, in the marketing world, it's often said some version of, I know that 50% of my advertising works. I just wish I knew which 50%. And certainly in the online world, companies have attempted to deliver that answer. You still really can't, but yeah, I mean, that's your point, right? Like you keep doing it all, and in aggregate, it starts moving the needle. But it sounds like bullheaded persistence and consistency is the key. So
and a product, right? I mean, you have to have a product that, that people might find interesting, and I think that the music that we make seems to resonate with some people. But I would also say that the videos that we do start to differentiate, and people, you can get, it's more identifiable, You know what I mean? That you can relate to, oh, that's what they look like, or that's their vibe, that's their thing. I get what they're doing. So that certainly adds to it as well.
That makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense when you think about and approach your band for the business that it is, because there is a business side to it. And it's very clear from what you guys have just been saying that you certainly approach this like a business. I think you even said those words, Eric. So
yeah, we treat it like a business and try and run it that way, and we have revenue and expenses, and hopefully the revenue is higher.
Yes, right. Well, that is good for a profitable business anyway. That's right.
Yeah,
if you're looking for a tax deduction, on the other hand, like